meeting of the Board of Water Wastewater Commissioners to order for June 24th, 2025, 9 a.m. at Chatham Road. We have the full board today, so we have a quorum, and we have our superintendent, Jason Trapania. I will announce that Jason has to leave by 10, so I'll be making a few alterations in the order of the agenda to accommodate his meeting with the DEP. But with that said, we can start off with the minutes.
Madam Chairman, I move we adopt the minutes of May 14th, 2025 and June 3rd, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm an aye, so 5-0. I think we might move to some of Jason's items, just to be on the safe side.
Sure.
We could. So, let's start off going on with the old business A, the Route 28 East Water Main update.
That will be, there is no new news from that. We're still waiting on Mass DOT. My understanding that Mass DOT is at a very, very slow pace, even on their own project. They're having an SRF funding meeting next week. Sorry, the week after July 1st.
Everything is
Mass
normal.
DEP, we don't know what they want to tell us, but we'll figure that out.
So on the east side of,
And I'm sorry.
no, on the east side of Route 28, we have no reasons for SRF money, so,
And my apologies,
Okay.
I jumped ahead.
all right, yeah,
So there are no, we're waiting on Mass DOT
right.
to get back to us. They are really, really slow. Mass DOT and the DEP are not communicating. We have all of our Mass DEP, everything is ready to go for the east side for our project on phase 2. On the west side, the DEP is having a conference call, a Teams meeting. We do believe to discuss the SRF funding for the dry sewer,
Okay.
and that is through VHB.
Right, so we haven't even signed a contract for the west side yet, you know. So for the east side, is the bid package ready?
It is ready to go.
Okay.
We are waiting for the blessing of
Okay.
Mass DOT and what we
Right.
need to put in.
How many weeks are they putting it out for bid?
I can ask Bob, I'm
Right.
not sure, but I will ask him.
Or maybe if they have a bid package, they could forward it, you know, while we're killing time waiting on the DEP. So you're saying the bid package is ready anyway?
They're waiting on Mass DOT to
I
see what else they
understand.
need to put in for
Right,
quantities of whatever they may want, whether it's asphalt, fill, things like that.
okay, so there's not much, is there anybody we can talk to in the state? I mean, understanding, you know, Bob wasn't here, but this job was supposed to be bid almost a year and a half ago now. It was supposed to be done in actually, I think the original bid time was 23. And, you know, if this had been bid back in 23 or 24, you can imagine the wonderful prices we would have gotten in. Now, in this environment, between the world as it is and, you know, possibility of tariffs on some of our materials, or even the threat of them, whether they get put on or not, you know, makes people bid higher. I'm kind of looking towards Bob, because I know sometimes he talks about political contacts, but also everybody's so afraid of the DOT. You don't want to yell at them, because then they'll, you know, mess up all your projects forever. This is probably going to cost us millions, you know, in terms of the bid price change from 23 to 25. Is there anything we can do?
Work with
Julian Sears' office, probably.
What'd you
Ask
say?
them for an
I'm just
update.
looking up who I know at DOT.
I think it's a state thing.
That they're just so backed up.
I think it's gonna be, because they're just not communicating with each other. What's happening is people are losing SRF funding because Mass DEP is pulling it because it's taken so long. And now Mass DOT is not getting back to everybody.
I understand that, but we're not in the funding pool. You know, our project, we didn't make the funding pool, so,
Yes,
So
and
it-
I understand that.
Right.
I'm just saying that that's what's happening to some communities.
yeah.
And we're not even in that.
Right.
And that's still taking
We're just
so
waiting
long.
for a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's all we're waiting for, is a piece of paper that says, oh, okay, when you're done, fill the road back in.
Right.
That's basically it.
So everything's normal.
Yeah, all right.
So
That's it.
what are you waiting, what are we waiting for?
A piece of paper, we're digging up their road, and so as part of the procedures, we send them in some stuff about how we're digging up their road.
Yeah,
We're not getting any money from them or any breaks or anything else, we're just digging up their road. And so they look it over and they write back and say, okay, when you're done, make sure you put the dirt over here and the rocks over here, and that's it.
and you don't have a point person? We don't have a point
No,
person?
No, DOT.
Can we send a letter saying what you just said?
I'm gonna see if Bob can come to our next meeting and update us.
Okay,
I'd
Yeah,
like him to be
yeah,
here and
yeah.
update us on
he
our
knows
next
these
meeting.
guys better, all right. Okay,
Cool.
all right. So next one, Jason, you said you were gonna look into the exchange, well, into fountains in general, and the Exchange Park fountain.
Correct. I don't, I have done some digging there, and Tracy has, Steve has, this has been a very group effort. And we also talked with the Board of Health, we also talked with the DPW, they're the ones that take care of it. There is a meter pit there with a meter in it. I don't see a reason, nobody has given me a reason why it cannot be turned on.
Have you
Except
talked to
I
the
don't-
Board of Health?
I have talked to the Board of Health, they have no documentation of why.
Okay.
I said, okay, it was turned off in 2019, and I said, maybe they didn't turn it back on due to COVID.
It's
Could be.
possible.
You know, at the end of the season in 2019, they turned it off. COVID just started up, so the spring, they said, no, keep that off. So what I'd like to do is just basically chlorinate it, the pipe that goes to the meter pit. Chlorinate that, because it's been off for
5 years.
5 years. So let's chlorinate it, and then what we can do is we can take a special sample out of it and make sure that that is okay to open up to the public.
That'd be
Actually,
great.
I believe that's just what happened too, was COVID. A lot of things we didn't do.
You know, at the time this happened, we went for that grant in 2020 for the streets, the Shared Streets Program, and Paul Doan had done the Harwich Center Initiative, and so they were looking at sidewalks, that park, and how we ended up getting $143,000 for the roads and the restriping and the crosswalks. But they didn't want to do the park. We were asking them to do sidewalks and repair stuff. That was a separate grant. We didn't get to that. But it was part of that, the whole thing. And it did stop. But I think we got that money quick because there was no resistance. We were going to public hearings, there was no one there. You know, we just had our application there. Everything was by Zoom, but we had, you know, a good engineer at the time at the town who drew everything up, applied for the funds, and we got that funding. So this is just part of this Harwich Center initiative to repair and keep going. So if we could do that, I think it would be great.
So this, as I see the picture, is not a backfill fountain. Well, I don't know what you call it, the kind where you fill
Right.
large bottles.
Correct, it's, yes.
So whatever we're calling that, bottle filler. So I mean, should it be made into one that does that? That's what, the whole idea of this was to help bicyclists who come
Right.
over with their cup and fill it.
That's right.
So, what I would do is I would see, like, some bubblers just come out a little bit,
Right.
and some of
Right.
them,
Or
Yeah.
over.
yeah, so they may be able to fill up a water bottle with it. I don't know, I won't know until I turn it on.
I doubt that they, people have those water bottles like this, they're
Yeah.
not gonna be able to,
Right, I just don't know how far it comes out,
Wow.
that's all.
I'm
But
with you.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how we would retrofit that, but that is definitely an option.
That was one of the big questions, and I almost wonder if there's another faucet piece that,
I could go look at it again too. It's dedicated to somebody too.
right,
See, that's the
And we
thing, yeah.
we couldn't find where it went, how far it went back. And so that was another thing I was looking at, is do they want to help repair the fountain since it was to their family member or whatever.
right.
And so that was part of our investigation, looking into keeping the historical nature of it, but modernizing it enough for use.
Do you mind looking into that?
No.
I wonder if the town clerk might have a
I was
look on
gonna,
that.
I'll go
Yeah.
take a look and see what we can
Emily's so
find
good.
out.
Yeah, because we're willing to do it now, right?
I think
Okay.
it'd be great and
Yeah.
historical, and
Okay.
see what we can find out.
So, I'm usually very conservative, but, Bob's growing on me.
God, I don't know what that
It
means.
takes a while, I don't either, Bob.
Could I see that picture?
Yeah, but I'm wondering, and not necessarily all today,
Right in the
If-
town center?
if,
That's right in town center, right?
That's right, yeah, that's the Exchange Park, where the Exchange building was.
okay,
What's the plaque say?
what?
I'll get you, I have, I can't remember the
Yeah.
name.
Okay,
I'll go take a better picture of the flag.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna move on.
yeah,
You can, so, at any rate, I'm thinking that maybe the board, or maybe they aren't interested, but would like to consider a broader discussion about fountains. My thinking, which is coming around, is that in this day and age where everybody's carrying bottles, that the world and the town should probably be going in the direction of having more units all over the place. So then comes the question of, if people buy that as a premise, then whose role is it? Is it DPW's, is it Rex, is it the water department, who is it? So I guess my first question would be, would the board like me to agenda an item for the future where we talk about, number one, is that a good idea? Is this something we'd be willing to take on as a department? Right now, it's kind of, just done more as a mechanical thing, on, off by this department, somebody else, checks on if it's running, but to make it more like a program. And I'm beginning to think that it might be time to change some of our thinking on some of these things, so I'll take any comments.
why, what's wrong with our thinking now?
Old fashioned, Ellen?
Hey, we still put a meter in Wheeler Park down at Harwich Sport?
I'll have to see.
Yeah,
You mean the fountain?
What
Yeah.
is she?
Yeah, they still have it.
it's still there?
Where?
Yeah.
Right,
Wheeler-
you know where
Wheeler
Brooks
Square.
Park is, you
Yeah.
know, there's a fountain there
Yeah,
and stuff.
I thought you said Wheeler Park.
I think any so-called squares, parks, or whatever you want to call them, that was suited for a fountain, got a fountain. So I don't know how many there are altogether. I mean, it's fading.
Right.
But, and it's been several years, I can't remember that either, when all of that came about.
Right.
So, I mean, just taking care of what's out there. I forget where else too. But I think there's at least a half a dozen
Right.
that just kind of slip in the dust.
All the beaches have too, have fountains and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, we can get the list from Tracy and look at that first.
Yeah.
and see
Let's
what
Do
do
they
we
that.
traditionally take, who takes care of the fountains?
The
Isn't it?
DPW, they have a in-house plumbing.
Yeah, and they cleaned them.
And we turn them on and off, right?
No,
We turn
yeah,
on and off.
the meters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We turn the water service on and off
That's
in the
right.
winter. Yeah.
that's right.
Yes, Sandy?
I just wanted to add that depending on the purpose of the fountain, it could either be the rec department that pays for the bill of
Yeah.
the water,
Yeah.
and,
Oh, right.
or it could be DPW. There's one at the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce
Oh, that's
pays for that
That's
one.
right.
Tracy was working on a list so that we could show you, present it like, okay, here's all the ones we know of. Here are the departments that pay for it.
Oh, that's
So that
great.
our board's aware, and whether we wanted to either take it on, you guys wanted to take it on, or we look to the department who does the similar fountains. Like,
Yeah.
hey, if this is rec, and the rec department used to pay for the water bill at that
The exchange
location.
park.
That's-
Yes,
that's
so
precedent,
we're
so.
thinking, well, our thought would be, reach out to the rec to see, we'd like to get this up and running again.
Yeah. Can
They
we-
had it in their budget before, they were gonna pay for it, they were paying for it before. So I know Tracy was working on this list to give the board more information so
Right.
that you could
Okay.
make the best decisions.
All
you
right,
know?
that's what.
Yeah, that's
Alright,
good.
I just wanted to share that.
Now, do you remember from looking at the list, I'm
Yep.
just curious, any one of those fountains, what is the water usage?
I
Couple
don't
hundred?
know, I haven't looked,
Yeah.
but that's a good thing that we'll add into this
Yeah.
packet, what the consumption is for
Right.
these fountains.
I know Brooks
Um,
Park is big. 'Cause
Is it?
Yeah, because the bikers, that's by the path, and you've got pickleball, and
Oh.
all these people are there with the hot water
Yeah.
ball.
Definitely, the exchange park was bicycle.
Right.
Yeah.
In the rec building, they used to have programs, for the kids, and they got good use.
Yeah.
I don't know if the rec is still doing that. And then the fountains at the beaches,
Right.
so
Right.
there is quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the community gardens, although I don't know if there's a
I don't
fountain
know.
there, maybe
should
it's just a
be. Well, all the
spigot.
gardeners out there, but they could probably pour a bottle in
Yeah.
the fountain, but,
That's one on the list that we turn on and off every year.
Yeah.
yeah, for the
'Cause I
seasonal
remember we
water
abated
use.
them one time,
Yes,
yeah.
You know,
Um,
if you get a list, I'll go take pictures of them.
Oh, great, because also to, one step further, we were also inquiring, because Harwich, Tracy and I are both Harwich residents too, and we use the bike paths and stuff.
Right.
Where are the water fountains in Harwich? And wouldn't it be nice, and maybe Cindy
Oh, there's
Williams
a
would do
map.
this, throw it on the map. Once we
Right.
find out where they're at,
Man,
Tracy mentioned even like on the bike path, the
Right.
one near the Exchange Park, maybe a sign that says, oh, water fountain
That's-
50 feet,
Right.
or, a little arrow.
Because
Um,
we advertise in a map, they come to us every year to put the seal like in a corner of this map of the
yeah.
rail trail.
Yeah.
And it has all these little designations of food or
Oh.
water stations.
Great. Oh.
And, in a day like this, when it's really something, there's gonna be a bunch of people out there, they're gonna want water.
It would
And I
be
think
nice.
it's good PR for us because we have
Yeah.
excellent water quality.
Right.
We can advertise
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that,
Alan
fresh-
Thompson's water.
yeah, fresh-
You know,
Harwich water.
fountains, Yep.
you know.
And another
In your
good
bottle.
location I'd love to see one would be across from the Pizza Shack or whatever it's called.
Pizza Shark, there's one there.
Oh,
There is?
There is one there, and that's
Because
one
it's such a
Patrick got.
traffic spot for
Yeah.
bikes.
Yeah, there's two of them he put in.
Patrick
Okay.
got in 4, because I put it
Four?
out for bid, and so we got, or actually, I ordered through the state bid. LK, there's a name for them, they're not water fountains, they're
They're
drink
bottle
stations,
filters.
hydration stations.
I was just gonna say hydration.
Yep,
Can-
yep.
Can you
So
get
Yeah.
me what that,
It was 13,000 for 4 of them, and,
the model, or do you
yeah,
have a
sure,
copy of that?
sure. And what I haven't done yet is I need to get a plaque for those, to,
Commemorate it?
yes, the dog. Skylar.
Sky.
Sky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yep.
Did
Yep.
Sky die?
No,
No.
but it was just more,
Oh.
no, it was,
I
he
didn't
wanted
mean
a,
to laugh.
we're
Oh,
putting a
they're
plaque
just
on
so
them.
close.
Yeah, yeah.
It's tragic.
We'll bring you more
One of my
information.
dogs is
Tracy
15
was
and
working
going
on
through
it.
some
Okay.
stuff.
So we'll add the water consumption into that mix.
All right. Okay, so we didn't keep moving. So that was Exchange Pack. So I don't expect anybody to have done anything, but I figured I would keep the next one on here, which is discussions on the new garage space due to our oil leaking vehicles in the yard. And I know Bob and Judith, although I know you probably didn't have time,
No.
but, so I just figured I'd put that on here. So, with,
I was just say, I know the head of planning at Mass DEP,
Oh,
DOT, if you want me to send him an email.
it's up to Jason, I wouldn't,
I'll do it if you'd like.
Okay.
I'll do it for, and that would be great, but if you want to, you can. Absolutely.
No,
That's-
I'm not just,
No,
no, I'm just
no.
saying, I have that
I-
content.
I
That's all.
would like to have that,
I can send you
that
his stuff.
contact to see
Yeah.
what is going on.
okay,
Yeah, which is good,
right.
Yeah.
yeah.
And the reason I said no is I'd rather start at Jason's level, things usually work that better. You
That's
know what
fine, I
mean?
just-
Rather than,
I just
you know,
wanted
trying to
to-
put a hammer on
Yeah.
somebody when the entire state is waiting, you know, so that's
Absolutely.
just my point of view. Okay,
Thank you very much.
so, yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, Judith. Back to the space building, so, Jason and I are gonna have, and Sandy are gonna have to improvise some numbers by about the middle of August, you know, so, at our next agenda, I will bring back our capital plan for us to discuss. It seems like because of all these delays, we may have to move a couple of the smaller projects out, you know, because this Route 28 is backing up and everything, you know. But also, so we'll be, you know, discussing with the board and turning in those changes, but also we'll need a better number and concept of the space building and timing. So I'm assuming, we'll look at our calendar later, that our next meeting is like on the 15th of July. I don't know what you two can get for us by then or shortly thereafter. And this is in terms of, you know, a big idea, like right now we have 1.5 million on the plan. You know, should we be looking more at 5 million? You know, I'm not looking for like details of, you know, this should have 2 bays and, you
Right.
know, or anything like
well,
that.
actually, we should look at some of those details. We'll set
Yeah.
up a meeting with Jason. Can you do that? We'll set up a meeting and go
When
over.
when I get back, would you like to meet? And I did have somebody
Sure.
that came in, an engineer that said that they've done this. They are doing
Oh,
this
good.
for another
Great.
town.
Okay.
And,
Great.
He actually had a set of plans with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we could, and he's got some pretty good solid numbers,
Okay.
so.
Would it be, would it be an idea to have him come to the full board?
Yeah, you could,
I mean,
if
doesn't
we wanna
matter.
meet first and
Why don't
then,
we meet first and
Yeah.
Okay.
distill it into like
All right.
what the boards
Yeah.
want?
Now, you're not back until the
7th.
7th,
That's good.
and we
That's
might.
Well, the 4th of July is gonna be nuts.
I can
so.
imagine.
yeah,
And we might be meeting on the 15th, so I don't know if you'll be able to squeeze a meeting in.
yeah, I
between
can
those
work
2
on it in the
days.
next few days and.
You don't have
figure out
any,
something.
you are with the DEP for the next 2 solid days, and the meetings all day Thursday,
I'll
and you're
work
off
it.
on Friday, so.
I'll work it. I'll do something.
You know.
Be
But,
working.
but I guess I'm kind of saying, if you could have some basic information by our next meeting, that
Okay.
would be good, just enough so we can go forward with the capital plan.
Okay.
And we don't have any old plans.
No, we just talked about it, we never had any.
I think it's mostly about needs.
If Dan,
but
I don't know if Dan.
Yeah.
We're gonna say
No.
what the needs are.
Yeah, conversation, a lot of conversations, but,
Yeah,
a lot more of our conversations were about whether we move or not, you know, so that's really what we were,
Move what?
the whole building. Some people wanted to move the whole building, Alan, not me.
Really? That's the first I heard that.
No, you heard it before.
No, I haven't.
All right.
Well, not move the building, but just take space up at the DPW.
Okay.
That was a long time
Yep.
ago, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. All right, so let's jump down, although it's not too bad, jump down to the department photo. So,
We've been working on the department photo, and June is a really tough month to get
Okay.
everybody here. The next time that everybody is here, I think we're looking at is the week of the 14th.
I forgot that what they have to do here
I
is
don't
it's the
remember.
lose it or use it or lose it system with vacation.
Oh.
So they have to take everything by June 30th, so I forgot June's a really bad month for people.
I do believe it was the week of the 14th is when everybody will be here, so we can
That sounds good.
coordinate that if that works for everyone.
In my calendar.
So we'll put that on the calendar in the morning.
7 a.m.
7
7
a.m.
That's right.
I might need a wake-up call.
Just come in
5
your
cups of
pajamas.
coffee.
So,
I can bring coffee.
Are you ready?
Yeah, if you want. Just give me your orders the night before.
I mean, what we can do is do maybe like a 7:30, have the guys come here, they can get all their stuff ready for the day, walk over, have the photo,
Yeah.
and then they can,
Take off.
yeah, so we'll
Yes.
talk with Steve and set that up with Steve.
Okay, good.
so what we were talking about when we met was actually, it turns out that Wellesley is a accomplished photographer.
Oh,
We have an in-house photographer.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's done artwork editing for a book.
Oh.
She used to have a website, she's taken it down since, but she does all kinds of great photography. And I thought, why not?
Why not?
yeah.
She agreed, she
Yeah.
would love to do it.
Good.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can take her ideas on locations and, wherever and stuff
In
like
front of
that.
the building or something.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, you said the week of the 14th was good, but just try to give people breaks from being on vacation, maybe the 14th or the 21st, whatever, just to keep that in mind, just, you're still gonna be juggling a lot of summer stuff. But it would be nice then to get it done before the end of July and be
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
We can set up a
Okay,
rain
look at
date
the- A
too.
little slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
No, it's just the same thing, but with umbrellas.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
14, yeah, so 7:30 in the morning, huh? Guys are gonna come down for the picture hour on 7:30?
I'm only 5 minutes away.
So what date is
I
that?
have
We
to
don't
pack
have-
I have to pack a lunch.
We'll look on the.
There is lunch.
How long does it take a photo? I don't know.
Coordinate all
5
that.
minutes, we just grab, get everybody together.
Yeah, one with the
Just a kid on
staff,
the
one
bus.
without,
Yeah.
Well, otherwise, it's just crazy to try to pull them back in from the field and back and forth, and,
No, it's,
that
it'll be
makes-
fun though, I
That makes
think.
more
Yeah.
sense. Okay, so this was only getting some things done, good.
We all need T-shirts.
I
Yes.
know it.
We're gonna work
I know,
on
we
that
do.
and see
Did you
how
see
quick
that?
we can get it turned around.
Oh, I was
To see
kind
it-
of
no,
kidding.
Jason
But,
found a great
that
look,
would
a
be-
nice little logo that we think would be good and modern looking. And we could order some shirts for everyone, so we all have a shirt
Great.
on. So when we get closer, I'll reach out for sizing.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully, we can make it all happen in time for the photo shoot.
Terrific.
Okay, so let's see, should we talk about the eval form, or should we go back up and do the abatement? Jason's covered the budget, so I'm not gonna put you through those.
Do you want me to touch base on, so I think we covered all of the water that I have on my superintendent's report. Do you want me to just touch?
Oh, yeah, let's do your,
You want me to touch base on the wastewater
okay,
side of things? If that'll work.
yes,
All right. Bay Road, they are installing sewer main on Bay Road.
amazing.
Yep, so they should have that done, they're saying by the end of August. So hopefully, the Casey's will be all tied in, and they will be, that little piece will be done.
That's
So
good.
that'll be great for them. I'm very happy about that.
So when you say they'll be tied in, there was always some talk about that we weren't positive if the couple of streets beyond them also had a problem. And the reason we weren't positive was because since John was going there every weekend flushing, we really had no way to know if the other houses had a problem.
But, right, so the two houses that are at the manhole that the Casey's are having a problem with, those will be going the opposite direction.
Oh,
So there will only be, I do believe, one house and a stub that goes the other way on. So the Route 39, Casey's, right now, they're going,
That's,
yeah,
all I'm asking is, we found a method to deal with the Casey's. Are there any concerns about those other two houses?
no,
Because,
because it's sloped. There's,
Okay.
they're at the
Alright.
end of the pipe
Yeah.
where it's,
so those concerns that we had a year ago were not in fact valid?
right.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, okay.
The Casey's did, their insurance company, she must have filed an insurance claim with her insurance company, because her insurance company sent me something yesterday afternoon of a claim. I forwarded that to administration office up there to see if it's gonna go against our insurance or if they're gonna go to RJB, if they're gonna give that to RJB. So that's
Yeah.
where that is right now.
Okay.
And we got back the grinder pump updates. That'll be in the regulations. We just got those back yesterday morning. GHD, Mark Drainville, and I will sit down and review what KP Law put in for suggestions. And once Mark and I review that, I will give everyone a copy. I'm hoping by the next commissioners meeting that you'll all have a copy of the proposal, and you can all take a look at that and read it.
good.
Okay, so then we read that, we move on, then we'll have to revote our regulations to alter them.
Yes.
Is there any, I mean, we're busy, but I mean, I still remember grease traps and other things. Is there any time or any effort should be made to glance at the sewer regulations for any other changes that need to be done while we're going through the process, because we'll need a public hearing and everything else for sewer regs, so I just don't know. I'll try to glance myself, how's that?
Right.
I'll give it a shot. All right, check sewer regs. We don't do that often.
Mike Piero.
Turn this off.
What else you got?
That's
That's it? Okay, but I did see that you put water restriction information on our desks. And I believe that's a handout, or,
Yes. Yes, I do have that. My apologies. I jumped one.
no problem.
So these are the water restrictions that if the guys are out and we get a complaint, they're going out and handing them notices to customers saying, we don't know if you're aware, we're on a water restriction 2 days a week, and it gives them information about that.
Right,
Along with that, that is the notice, that is the bill stuffer
Okay.
that is going out in the bills in July. So everybody will get one of those to notify them of the water restriction. And how Wellesley and the girls put that together, that's great.
okay. So, I think that's great, because it's one extra step. We've only received 1 or 2 complaints on the water restrictions, and, you know, they're from people saying the usual thing, which is that, you know, I see water going in the morning on the wrong days, and, you know, don't you people do anything, you know, but as we know, 75% of the people, my numbers, conserve, and seems like 25% will just never do anything, no matter what you do. So I guess the idea of this was to let people, another way to let people know what's going on. And also, you know, I get questions, and we can tell people, well, when the folks are out in the field and they do see a violation, they can, you know, at least give them a notice to have them current. One question I have is on this one, where it says the following uses are allowed, and the third bullet is watering lawns by means of a handheld hose. I'm running back in the house at 5 of 9. I mean, I take that, I'm a hand waterer, I take that to mean that I can only do it after 5 and before 9. And this doesn't make me feel that way. I believe our restrictions are that hand watering can be done any day, but it must be before 9 and after 5. But if I were to read this, I would say, well, you don't have to run out at 8:30, Noreen, you can wait till 10. So I don't know which one you're telling me.
This is saying watering by handheld hose
Right.
between the hours, any day.
I don't think that's the state reg. I think the state reg, I don't have it with me, easy enough to find, is hand watering can be done any day, but only before 9 and after 5. I'll stake my reputation on that.
That's correct, I do believe, yes.
So,
That hand watering can be done any day before 9 and after 5.
right, so this doesn't really give the true picture.
This is saying the following uses are allowed.
Right,
Watering of lawns by means of handheld hose, that's allowed.
right, but
But you
it's
wanna-
not allowed from 9 o'clock in the day till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It is not allowed.
So if
And
you
the
add-
reason it's not allowed is because if you water even with a hose, during the high heat, the water is just evaporating. It's not,
So it just needs the hours put.
that's
next.
right, that's what I'm saying, but has this already been printed?
When Wellesley comes in this afternoon, we'll see if we
Okay.
can make an edit to that to clarify it. If you guys are okay, Jason?
Oh, yeah.
We can just clarify that so it does say that it's between those hours.
Right.
But the hand watering can happen any day of the
Any
week.
day,
It's not
right.
restricted to those 2 days.
That's right,
I get
but-
it, I'm just,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. So the before 9 AM and after 5 PM needs to be down where it says the following uses are allowed before 9 AM and after 5 PM.
Well, you know, now you're pushing me. I think it belongs after the third bullet, because quite honestly, I'm not sure of the rules on new lawns. You know, they have to be watered every time it dries out, you know, so all I'm saying is not what you said. I'm saying it should say, watering of lawns by means of handheld hose, after 9, before 9 and after, you know.
Yeah.
5.
we could
Water, yeah, whatever.
alter that so it's
Yeah.
clear. And if you want, I can ask her to send it to the whole board or the chair.
Well, maybe-
Jason, we can just make sure it's clearer
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that it's understood. Because
Maybe,
this is gonna go in all with the water bills.
Right.
So
Okay,
it's going out to our whole population.
but maybe you're right, Jason, maybe it is better up at the top, the following uses are allowed daily. I think I do like that better, yeah, and let's not worry about the new lawns, they can do whatever they want anyway, for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and a lot, so I had some people call me up and said, I just put the new
Yeah.
sewer and I want to establish my lawn back. And-
They're allowed, they're totally allowed.
And it's really good
Yeah.
that way, but.
So, can I make a comment here?
Yeah.
This is designed to really stop or conserve water, right, for everybody.
Right,
I think that you guys aren't using the business community, because
right.
if you send a letter to a business like me and say, would you not serve water? Because a lot of restaurants do, they just automatically put out a glass of water at the table when the table sits down, and the customers then aren't aware. The business community will once you instruct them, they will teach people that we're conserving water here. And I think that's a message, use your business community, because they contact a lot more people than we do, and more than just our residents. They get, when our residents swell to 10,000, those are the people that have the contact with them. And so if they put a little sign up saying we're under water restriction, water served on request only, it'll make a difference.
I wonder if we could even, it would be something, rather than put it off, I wonder if we could involve Cindy
Cindy would be a good
and
contact.
even do it, an email is better than nothing to start.
The business owners will pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
we've often talked about forming some sort of association
Mm-hmm.
for these kinds of issues and whatever the select board throws at us. But it's a good point of communication and it gets the word out.
I think it's a very good point. We do have a lot of information on our website, but thinking about it for, say, commercial businesses,
I mean, like,
I
what
don't
is,
know that we have even areas of conservation, suggestions,
well, like Brack's has, I don't know how many cars parked out there. I would be curious what their water usage is per day. And that's washing dishes, making drinks, all sorts of things. But if you ask them to conserve water, they'd probably say, okay.
Less thing for the waitress and
Yeah,
waiters to
it
do
helps,
too.
it helps the staff, you
Yeah.
make the staff aware,
Yeah.
and you've got 25 people helping you conserve water, instead of just waiting to somebody not water their lawn.
And that's good PR.
It's
for the
really good
town,
PR.
For everybody.
So shall we consult our work at ChatGPT?
Sure.
I hope you're paying this
Our
worker.
AI.
We haven't discussed our contract yet with ChatGPT.
Oh, no, we're
Not gonna-
we're using the free 5 per day.
Yeah.
It's free for 5 times a day.
Which she,
Yeah, we could
we could
put
do that.
something together and
yeah, let me know, and you guys can
great
contact
idea.
Cindy or whatever. It's a start.
Yeah, and also if you have, becomes a problem with the water, then you have to notify people, you'd have a ready-made.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too, even
Yeah.
to the Route 28 notices,
Yeah.
going ahead and get some more used to hearing about water
Right.
through Cindy and through that.
It
Exactly.
just consolidates the message.
And, I mean, this is what I kind of like, Sandy. If you want to take a copy of that, but whatever
Oh,
you like.
yes.
Yeah, I'll take a copy.
All right, I'm going to take a copy.
Rather than, you don't have to send everything back and forth out today unless the board wants it. It's just going to say
Yeah,
before 9 and after 5,
Okay.
yeah, save all the,
Okay.
we're too busy living our lives of luxury to be bothered looking at details like that. Okay, Jason, let's see what else we got. Just the that. Thank you, dear. So, we're down to budgets, which we don't need Jason for. So, I think we're done with Jason, of what we absolutely have to have him here for, unless anybody else has any other issues.
Nope.
No? All right, you can stay or leave.
yeah, 10 minutes.
I have a lot to do between now and then.
Yeah.
I
2 days.
emailed you the pictures of his contact stuff.
Great, thank you very much. I'll shoot him an email out and I will get a hold of the engineering firm and get a date for that. And then I will coordinate, we can sit down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just know that a few months ago, I started asking whether or not this bike trail was gonna come through on Sisson, which they had done all this measuring for the year prior. And it was like a 6-week journey through first our DPW was like, we don't know. And I was like, yeah, it was like a month of just occasionally, it was kind of, I made it into a game. How long could it take me to find the information
Oh,
at
God.
the state? Yeah. And I did finally, and then all the neighbors got notified, finally.
Is the bike path going to go through?
It's not gonna be a bike
Okay.
path, it's gonna be an extended, a 5-foot sidewalk.
Where's this?
just on Sisson?
Put out other fires.
I know, really.
Question, I'm sorry, I should have asked before you go. What about the tank painting project, the bid?
That is going out to bid.
It is going out to bids. When?
We are putting that in the paper July, July
Step
1st.
Are we
Yep.
advertising it, or are they?
So we're advertising it in the paper, they're gonna advertise it with the state.
Central
in the
Register.
Central
Okay.
Register
Okay.
and everything, and that will be out, and the bid opening will be July 24th.
And it's going into the paper?
It is going into the paper, I do believe it was July 1st. No,
So
I'm
3
sorry.
weeks.
Central Register is what
Central
you're,
Register, yes, I'll get you the dates on that.
the Chronicle dates. So if we get it in by Monday, sorry, Jason, this is all new.
Okay. Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
got the
yeah. We
email from
just got
Jason
it.
this morning.
Right, right.
Yeah.
If Monday is our deadline, I believe, for the Chronicle, so it should be in next Thursday and the
Okay.
following
So
Thursday.
July 3rd, about
Yeah.
something. So, and the 24th is,
Bid opening.
right, and that is a Thursday. So, it looks like it will have almost 3 weeks, thank
Oh,
God.
good.
Yeah, 3, 10, 17, 24, and such an isolated industry, that should be okay for our Pleasant Lake. All right, wow.
I have had a lot going on this morning, so I apologize. If I'm not sort of here, we had some, a few things go off this morning, and
Oh, no.
No apologies
Yeah,
required.
right, yeah.
it's all,
Okay,
it's all okay.
It's all okay.
all right.
Thank you.
And Jason's going on vacation, so you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
Enjoy your
have a good
vacation.
we're not gonna
vacation.
see
Thank
him
you.
until
Thank you.
the 7th, after
July
the
7th.
4th
Next
of July.
month.
Next
And
Till
so-
month.
next month.
Yeah,
Isn't this an anniversary of us, you going through interviews with us or something? When did we do
Yes.
actual?
yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
July
Wasn't it-
1st
Yeah,
was what,
that's
was
right.
the
Was that our
date.
interview?
I think it was, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
July
we were in a very
1st.
different position then.
Yeah.
It was
I know.
kind of scary.
We were being serious.
So enjoy your vacation.
Yeah.
Thank you,
have
thank
fun,
you very
yeah,
much, I look
yeah.
forward to it.
Yeah, and I tell them, keep spending money, so you
Yeah.
never want to leave here. You know, keep buying condos and cars and, you know, please,
I
keep
gotta get
digging into
I gotta get a
that.
Raptor.
digging into
Yeah.
that.
No, check
Yeah, you should. Take them out.
Can I, I was gonna, can I use that to bring the DEP around?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, woo!
If you really want to, yes.
If I don't see anybody, have a good 4th of July.
Thank you.
you
Thank
You
you for
too.
everything, Jason.
You
Have a
got it.
nice time down there.
You got it.
Gonna be
Rest
hot as
up.
heck.
Next, all right.
Been a busy summer. Bye.
Okay, so shall we go on to budgets?
Sure.
Or should we go back and do the abatement?
Let's do the abatement.
Let's do the abatement. All right,
I have a
so
couple of comments on that.
Wellesley is not in. She just came back from vacation too. And Tracy is on vacation. So you see photos. So, we all got the material. Looks like the fellow had discovered, I guess through a neighbor, that he had some kind of a major pipe break. And somehow he dealt with it through the neighbor and a plumber. Then he called here and got the information on how to file for abatements and did so. And once it was noticed in our billing, Wellesley must have sent out the e-coder, which I just got some more information on today, which is this page. And to tell you the truth, I wasn't clear that, you know, with our 2 or 3 different types of meters, but apparently with our current type of meter, Wellesley was able to go back and get this information, even though the e-coder wasn't on the meter when it happened. So, you know, that's very helpful. So obviously it was discovered at the March reading by us, but by him a few days prior. And the incident, the pipe must have burst around January 26th. and caused all that usage. So now the gentleman is asking for consideration. He also, feels that we should have warned him of what was going on, but we don't have that equipment. Some towns do, and we can talk about that in a second. So we warn people as soon as we know about it, which is when the high reads come in. So I will ask the board for thoughts.
Okay, my thoughts, if I go first.
Sure.
Anybody that owns property, you have to manage it because it's a second home and you're not there. They should have a ring camera to check on their own property. It's up to them to maintain and protect their own property first. His tone in here is that we're supposed to be managing his property and his pipes. And then he mentions he'll go to his attorney. So maybe we could talk to his attorney about it because he would be a little more reasonable than this guy. Just his tone to me is like he needs to be warned that we don't do property management. Our responsibility ends at the meter, really. Did he have any, that insurance or the pay for that fee for after the meter that we?
He is not a service type protection plan, and it wouldn't cover leaks anyway.
Right.
But he's not a member of that.
Well, maybe we should suggest he become a member and learn more about our regs, and would be happy to discuss it with him, but I'm a no right now, just the way this is presented, that, we didn't burst the pipe.
And it was just a winterized pipe that burst, correct? I mean,
I don't know, but
was there any,
Meter froze.
we don't drive by his house every day to see that there's a leak.
is the meter, is that
The
something
base
that
of it
we
is a
could
freeze
have?
plate on it, fell out.
Do you know what?
Where did you get that from?
I don't know, I thought they said the meter froze.
I didn't see that.
Pipe froze.
Yeah, well,
We've seen a lot of these over the years.
me
And
too.
believe it, I move to deny.
I'm with you.
Amen.
Okay.
When you're leaving town, you need to winterize your house.
Yeah,
Or
shouldn't the
come on.
plumber
Yeah,
have,
Oh, you leave it at certain degrees, or
Yeah.
you got,
If you're not gonna be here for 6 months, take the meter out.
yeah.
We do that.
Well, the other thing I'll say, and I believe Tracy spoke to him, and, tried to reason with him, and apparently didn't get too far. But she also mentioned to him that since he's seasonal, he could join our shut-off, turn-on service. We have many, many customers who are seasonal, who shut their water off in the fall and have it turned back on in the spring. That would have saved them several
We've
$1,000.
done everything possible over the years to accommodate almost any situation.
Right.
Sounds like he walked away.
He didn't think he had to do anything.
Yeah.
It's property management, that's what it is. Basically, you have to maintain your house.
The only thing I will say is that, when you read like those social posts like neighborhood and stuff
Yeah.
like that, you hear a lot of people talking about utilities on those. And it does seem that, I'll generalize, but almost every town around us now has some kind of leak detection or leak notification system going on. We do not. And as we get ready to buy our next, like we're buying off the old contract for meters now, but the newer meters, they would, but they still wouldn't tell us if there was a leak, or would they?
There's technology that
Right.
exists that does. It basically captures a read every day, like every so often, and we have the data here. So there would be reports or triggers that there's a leak, or, so it is the newer technology that we haven't put on our capital plan. We've talked about it going back a few superintendents. It just, the option exists, and we could put this as an agenda item at some point.
Right.
before the capital plan, and Jason and I can bring the information and possibly get what the cost is to start getting us in that direction. Because, I
But we're
mean, some of
behind.
the towns around us do
Yeah,
have the
we are
technology
behind
and we
the
don't.
times. Yeah,
Um,
and there's a person out there. I'm
yes,
sorry.
thank you.
The newer meters, that will probably be our next bid, they actually have this E-code system built right into the meter. Yeah, as opposed to like finding something else and then having to send somebody out there, install the E-code, go back and read it, so.
But if it's a summer home, does the new tech work in the winter when the water's shut off?
Well,
But he
there's no
didn't shut the
problem when the
water.
water
It's
shut
a-
Oh,
off.
he didn't shut the water off?
That's
No.
what-
Oh, I thought he had like water sitting in a pipe that didn't get
No,
drained
His
No.
it
pipe
didn't
properly.
burst,
The
because
pipe
cold
burst
weather.
and his
Right.
neighbor went over or something and saw
Yeah.
it, right? Yeah.
You know,
He didn't even turn,
He
he didn't
didn't-
prepare the house for winter.
I thought it wasn't prepared properly. I see.
That's where I cut off at.
Oh,
You prepare
yeah,
your house
no.
for
You know.
winter.
Make a motion to deny.
And it-
I believe,
Second.
so
Alan actually made it first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give it to Alan, yeah, well,
we'll give a second to Judith. So with that, I'm just gonna continue discussion. So at any rate, does the board think, you know, that we should be looking in that direction towards the future, though? I
Yes.
do feel
In the
we are a
future,
little
sure.
behind the time.
yeah.
you know, I think we've done pretty good
Yeah,
over the years.
I do too.
I have no criticism of this department in any way, shape, or form. That's their property, their responsibility. And if they can't take 5 minutes and call and either have the meter taken out or the water shut off, shame on them. And believe me, I'm not, no way, and I've seen it for years. My father was a plumber. He went and fixed these houses, you know, every spring, they freeze up, they drive off and into the sunset, forget all about it. So I don't have any bad feelings for the department.
No,
I mean, we do our,
I don't actually like the
and we
time.
advertise.
I don't either, and particularly if he was rude to
The staff,
the
Yeah.
staff, that
you know,
was
that's one.
not
If
okay.
you're leaving
Just to
town,
be clear, I
shut it
never
off.
said he was rude.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah,
Just
all right.
read-
Yes.
Just read the words.
Okay.
Yes.
So, are we voting on the deny?
All in favor?
I,
And I'm an aye.
We've had a lot of these over the years. Yeah, and you know what? Set them up on a payment plan.
We'll send them the denial letter, we have a standard letter, and we'll have Tracy add in service type protection plan. Not that that covers leaks, so I wouldn't want them to get the think that it does, but also our seasonal service, we can add that
That's
back into the
good.
letter.
Seasonal service,
Mainly,
yeah.
because they need to have their lines drained and the water turned off, and like
It's
most of the
property
seasonal
maintenance.
customers do.
Yep.
John, you know, I mean,
That's what you do.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's a certain amount of responsibility to be shared.
It's a lot cheaper to pay that water bill than it is to get that lawyer.
Yes. I've seen some beauties over the years, believe me.
Okay, so next, Sandy has provided us with our water and wastewater budgets. As it's getting near fiscal year end, we like to take a little peek and see how we're doing. I do notice, Sandy, my first question is, this says Q3,
Yep.
so are these figures only through March?
These are actually through June 25th.
Okay.
But I usually do a sort of like a quarterly budget update, so I call it a quarterly budget update, but it's through June 25th,
Okay.
2025. So it's almost most of the way through the fourth quarter, honestly.
Okay, so, operating, I'll look at water first. Salaries are fine. By the way, Sandy, they just voted the bylaw increase last
did vote
night.
it?
Yeah,
Was it 3% COLA?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
All
what
right, I'll look to that, because.
it was. I think it might have even been 4, I don't know, but it's in the packet, okay?
Thank you. That does relate to, we have advertised for a seasonal laborer, and we advertised at the previous rate.
Mhm.
So now we'll update our ad
Okay.
to boost it up to what they just voted,
Great.
because it will attract
Yeah.
more,
What is our-
only help to attract people.
What's our rate right now?
I don't
It's like
remember.
1932,
Yeah.
Okay.
something like that. It's not even $20 an hour. So this should bring it up to over
Right.
20.
And this will give Jason his first bump as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
So,
Yeah,
that's what I was
July
thinking.
1st.
So that's okay. Under operating, well, you tell us.
Yeah,
rather
no,
than
I mean,
it's-
I
yeah.
think if anything stood out, basically what I look at is the bottom line, and that of our expenses, we've spent 89% of our budget, 89.2%. We're right in line with, we're about ready to finish our fiscal year. So we only have a few more weeks of expenses and salary and wages, and so that puts us, in a very good position, just as we would expect, for this time of the year.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
Right, so indirects, isn't that the number 861 or thereabouts?
Yes, and I don't have that here. I moved back to doing an Excel budget report. Yep, I didn't include it here.
No, you have the wastewater number under the water budget.
You're right, yeah.
Okay.
That is different.
Yeah.
I
No problem.
apologize. Our indirects were
861,
Yeah,
something like that.
861.
Yeah, and
That's
they
taken,
paid.
budgeted for the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
and they take it. So it's kind of like a wash.
Right, and
Um,
also, I mean, didn't we give money to OPEB last year?
We did give $50,000, that should be here as well.
Yeah.
Um,
We don't know what we
The
did.
actual, yeah, I apologize.
No problem.
In moving this
No
over. There's principal and interest on the water side, and I do not have those listed here.
I'm not sure if this principal, in the water side.
Yes, there is,
you're
on the
right.
water side.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
of this should be populated,
Yeah,
and
okay. But basically, you've looked everything over with
Yes.
Jason, and we're in pretty good shape.
yes, we're in great shape.
Any questions on that portion?
Nope. Nope, I think it's good.
Okay. So I noticed that we're like, what is it, 200,000 above on revenue?
Yes.
I almost wish we were a little more, but,
Well, we've exceeded our revenue, we've collected 104%, so we've
Right.
exceeded our projection.
Yep.
Which is always great. We still have one more quarter to bill, so we're meter reading right now. The water, and this is quarter 4, so we're reading right now.
oh, that's gonna,
Yes, and the bills go out mid-July. So some of that revenue over the next month to 2 months gets accrued to this fiscal year
right,
because the consumption is used in this
Right.
fiscal year. And usually the finance department, along with the accountants, auditors, they will do a calculation so that some of the revenue that is actually in July and August gets accrued to this fiscal year. Because it was used, the water was pumped and sold in
and you
this
said the
fiscal year.
consumption was used then, but the base rate also covers April, May, and June.
That's,
Not
yes.
July, so that's all, it's not just the consumption.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
It's the consumption,
Yeah.
the other services
Yeah.
as well,
And
and the
so,
base rate.
so you're saying another entire billing almost is gonna drop under the
It
collected
should.
column?
Yeah,
So we will have, that's great, we need that for our retained earnings.
yeah.
Because we have so many projects going on, so that would probably be another about 1.5 million.
I'm not sure what they
Ballpark.
consider
Yeah,
and where their cutoff threshold is, because I don't get involved in that,
Yeah,
nor
okay.
am I told or asked.
Yeah.
I just know that that's a function
And-
of their closing.
other fees are like meter sales, things like that.
Yep, our water, seasonal turn on and turn off.
Yeah, yeah,
And
Stuff like that.
service type protection plan is
Yeah.
another.
right. Okay, well, that's good. +1 billing, that's the main thing that will help. And then what do we got down the bottom here? We have, oh, you're showing us how quickly we collect, which
Yes.
is wonderful.
And that's something the Munis budget reports don't show you, which
Yeah.
is why and Noreen, you agreed, we're gonna go back to something like this to present budget and not the Munis, because it
Yeah.
includes so much extra stuff. And it
Thank
gets
you.
confusing, so
Yeah.
we're gonna go back to this model. It's
We'll
easy.
refine it a little.
But you can see, our billing administrator is consistent and follows, a schedule. And our customers have been used to now paying more promptly so they can avoid the late fee of $25. And we do give a reminder notice and everybody gets another 2 weeks. And we get like 96, 90, 98% of our revenues.
Wonderful.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
We're
Good.
fortunate.
Yeah,
Okay, so if there's no more questions on water, we'll move to wastewater. And I see salaries and wages are fine for one more payroll. The reason we have so much left in our operating is because we have to do our annual reconciliation with Chatham.
Mhm.
Is there a time set up for that? We pay Chatham once a year, we really should pay them quarterly. It's never got set up right for the services at the water treatment plant. And I guess you'll probably set that up when Jason comes back, or?
Yeah, we'll end up, under the operating expenses, which is the second item listed, you'll see what's remaining is $391,000. A lot of that is gonna go to Chatham for the calculation of our sewage going to their treatment facility, and we pay for that flow, a certain amount. And we've been running the calculation, actually Dan Pelletier came up with the spreadsheet to put all the flows in, that calculated a total. That's what we've been using. This is gonna be our third or fourth year. We, meaning Jason, will be working to have them bill us quarterly and us not preparing the bill to pay them. It
Yeah.
just kind of, it's
It's
been.
backwards.
Yes, it's backwards, and we want to pay it quarterly. So this hopefully is going to be the last year that we encumber this money. Now we're going to calculate what we need to pay them. I'm hoping this is going to be the last year
It should be the
and next
last year.
fiscal year
Right.
that we can get to a quarterly
Right.
amount that they're calculating and
Yeah.
saying, here's the bill.
Can I ask on the salary and wages, is this based on positions or just hours? Is there dedicated positions?
It's actually
Positions.
positions
But
But, I mean, is
positions
it-
at a
and
percentage.
hours.
Is it a dedicated position?
Yes, yes.
Just
Well,
to
All
wastewater?
except for one.
It's, that number is John Long, half of Jason, and 10% of these ladies.
That's what I was
Yes.
asking.
Yes,
So it's not,
it's-
it's like a person and 3/4.
Right,
Yes,
exactly.
yes, you're right, you're
One
right.
full,
So-
there's probably two out
Well,
there.
I'm just
And now
curious,
there's a
'cause as-
couple of guys who are trailing John Long as all of them.
So as we keep track of that and we get to
Yeah.
bill that, right?
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
So
this
let's-
is where, just like Noreen said, it's John, it's half of the superintendent, it's 10% of the three of us admin, and it's 10% of a meter reader.
Right.
And we just grabbed one of our field staff and pulled that in, so 10% gets paid for meter reading services.
Can we get a percentage increase for being wastewater and water commissioners now?
You didn't get
Well,
it.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah, I think we should get double,
You
right?
should get double. You should, good point.
Just asking.
But you have to go out in the field.
Serving two boards.
10%.
That's right.
You're serving two boards.
I'm a businessman.
Yeah,
I can read a budget of,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, true.
Uh,
But as we move forward, in the future, when maybe we don't need a full-time wastewater to support John, maybe we only need 50%. In
what
the
if you
future,
need-
do we look at 50% water, 50% wastewater and find a full-time person? How
That's
could we
my-
calculate that?
Yeah,
But,
or
you
maybe you're
know,
gonna need 3 people.
yeah, so it'll be, yeah, we're still at the beginning
Financials.
stages of all of this.
So, any other questions on that portion of the wastewater, John? No?
Does anybody know if Eastham passed their wastewater?
No, I don't.
I don't know.
So on the bottom,
Big
we
Google.
have one more billing
Yeah, last
also
night I
to
think
go
I
into
got-
sewer.
That is correct.
Whew.
I know,
I know
that
it's
is
not,
correct.
it's not a lot, but that will really help us since they took our retained earnings.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so,
Yep.
that's good. That'll at least put us over 200 if not. And we have no capital needs for next year, so we can just sit on it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's our budget to give a look ahead for the fiscal year end. And as I say, on next month's agenda, we'll bring in the capital plan. Even, we already voted the close of it last year, now we'll be looking forward towards next year. So the last thing I have on here is the superintendent's evaluation. And why don't you speak?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could you take one and pass them down? That's for each of you guys, that's for Jason.
So,
Sorry.
the situation is, and in the packet is the eval form that we've used for many years. I couldn't tell you how many, maybe Alan can, I don't know. But that's a form that I believe is used by the whole town for their
Yes.
bylaw employees. But we feel, the board, including the board, that we don't have to be bound by their decisions. We should be able to pick our own evaluation form for our own employee. This is only used for Jason. There's a different thing that Jason does with all of his staff, so specific to Jason. So for years, Gary, former chair, and I talked about revising the form. Because number one, the form we have doesn't even add up to 100. It has up to 85, good luck with that. And it's just very cumbersome to use. So you'll know, Bob, this particular page is a separate thing, but we put it in so you could see it. This is the form that's given to every single employee, and he writes his feedback on the superintendent. And this goes anonymously to the superintendent.
Wow.
And we also, this one, not the wrong one.
That one.
Yeah, and we also get copies of them anonymously, just for them to take, and, we can take that into evaluation when we write our own evaluation, into consideration. So and this was something Sandy found, some old procedures from God knows when. And she included the current job description to refer to. So my thing to the board is, we have a really terrible form that doesn't even add up to 100, that we've been talking about for at least 4 years that I know of getting a better model. And I'm wondering if we, the board, can spend some time trying to find some other examples of evaluations that are better than this form. Now, this one, Sandy, is this the chat GPT one?
Yes, that's the second. So there's two. There's, the one in your packet is the example, there's an example one.
The current,
No, you put the current one in the packet? Is that what you put in?
yeah.
Okay. So the one in the blue folder is AI. I basically copied and pasted the job description and said, can you create an evaluation based on this job description? and that's what came out. This one from your blue folder, and so it captures things from the job description. I don't know if, it's something to consider. I still was going to reach out to a few towns to get copies of theirs, which I haven't done yet. So I can also make some calls and get a few more for you to look at and email them along.
I think it's a good basis. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never done this before with how you guys do it.
And it's done, just so you know, Bob, it's done publicly. I mean, we
Right.
each fill out our own. And then Sandy, by some miracle of the computer, somehow combines them onto one form and does her best to give a reflection of each of us. So it's kind of like a consolidated one. And then that actually goes up to Town Hall. And the way it works is that Jason will not get his next step until we turn that in. And so he started on August 26th. And of course, he would get it retro, but it's
Yeah.
nicer if they just get it, the right way as they go along. So that's our goal date, is August 26th, so the payroll for that. So I'm thinking that we have this on the July agenda. If everybody looks around at anything you can find online about evaluation, we're the board that decides this, so we can pick our own, I feel.
But
So
you
it-
you know what? I mean, all the years I've been here, we've been using this,
That's fine, we're keeping that.
and we haven't had a problem with the superintendent.
We're keeping that one.
Oh,
Is this the one that doesn't add up to 100?
No.
No,
This,
I don't care.
Can't we
I
add
know.
a question to
Nobody
make it
is
add to
perfect.
100?
let me just,
yes.
I've
Answer
said that
Alan's
100
question.
times.
I
Nobody is perfect.
know.
So we don't need it to add up to 100.
Okay.
And we've done very well with it.
All right, just to be clear, Alan, this is the one the employee's doing, we're keeping that. This was put in for an example for you, nothing's changing, nothing. Okay?
But you could add one more comment and grade it 15% and get it to 100 if you wanted.
The evaluation form that's existing is actually, Noreen, we all have, the whole town has to use that one.
Which
Okay.
one?
The one
So
that,
confused.
no, I know, the
Yeah.
one, the form, the original one that we used for Dan last
Yeah.
is the form that the whole town has to use. Where you oversee this position, you have an opportunity, because
Right.
you're doing the evaluation, you have a unique opportunity. You don't have to use the form that the town uses, you can
Okay.
use your own. And we've talked about it, like Noreen said, for years now, because
Years.
this form that we all have to use is kind of clumsy.
Right.
It could use improvement.
When you say the whole town
Yes.
has to use it,
Yep.
is that for the
Us too.
department
Yeah.
heads?
No, it's for the departments, it's for everyone, it's not just department heads.
So
it's
Jason
employees.
fills out 16 of those
Yes, he does.
god-awful things?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Yep, and basically what we do is
Yeah,
technology, you end up saving as, bring it forward, make changes, because a lot of the stuff, it's similar, it carries forward, you might change some numbers. But yes, he has to fill out those, and basically the employee has to fill out one.
Okay.
We give it, the department head fills out one, the two of those get
It's the
submitted.
most convoluted
Yeah,
process you've ever been
I know.
through.
I'm gonna say,
I know.
and I'm afraid to change it.
Yeah, I know, that's
Maybe you
true.
stay with, I don't know.
I
Well,
just think it's
okay,
better to
one
just
other
get through it
question.
and move on.
One other question is on the current one.
Yes.
Which I can't find for some reason, but
I
it's
thought
here
you
somewhere.
put it in the
No, no,
map.
no, that's all
Yeah,
right, that's all
okay.
right.
Yep,
But on the section that talks about goals and stuff,
yep,
didn't at one point we have written in advance, like to help
Yes.
the board?
yes.
You know, 'cause like, I could look at the past year and I could say, oh, there were these 3 things that they did. And Judith might look and her focus might have been on 3 different things. So it's nice if we have a common, at least a common base
Yes,
in what
and
we
I
have.
prepped the form, so I'm gonna prep the
That's right.
form. If
Okay.
we stay with the current one,
Yeah.
it's already been mastered as much as it can. So I pull in the capital plan, because those are goals and objectives, like, so our capital plan plays into that. So I shift things, so I'll put in next year's capital plan and the goals for next year, and I'll
Right,
pull
right,
forward.
right,
So
yeah.
yes, I partially fill out those sections, so you guys don't really have to list all the goals and objectives
Right.
unless you have an additional one.
Yeah,
that you'd
yeah.
like to see it on there. Then I'll try and incorporate that, so everybody has their, you know,
Yep.
their points in there, what they want
Okay.
for goals, and
So you
So-
want any suggestions?
Yes, please. So, what are we gonna do? You wanna keep the old farm, which I cannot find.
I think that, just 2 cents, we don't have a lot of time. We do, but we
Right.
don't. And it's gonna be here before you know it. We
It
have other
is.
projects and agenda items. I would love to help to bring forward more forms for you guys to review.
Oh,
And, I know, and/or
Can
I
we-
can look through them and make a few suggestions. I mean, I have 25 years of experience.
Hey, you know, and another
Um,
thing I just thought too
Yeah,
is that.
I think that makes sense.
And that way you guys don't all have to keep looking, and why don't I look through a bunch of them and bring forward a few?
Yeah.
And also, here's another thought. Maybe we revise one page of the existing one or
Yeah,
something like.
exactly.
If I remember, there were a couple of pages that weren't that bad, but there
Yeah.
was like one that was like, you know, oh my God, you know, it just didn't, it didn't offer an opportunity to give Dan the proper critique he needed. That's what I'm trying to say, you know, really, the other form. I mean, I had, you know my form, I had writing all over
Oh,
the
yeah,
place
yeah.
to properly be able to
Yep.
critique him, so that's the thing. So where do we stand with all that said?
can we get through this year and
Yeah,
do it next year?
well, maybe
With
we
with
can,
suggestions, if you guys come
yeah,
up with some.
maybe we can buff it up. All right, Sandy and I will work
Yeah,
on it,
we
it
can
won't
do
be
that,
much
Lori. Like
different.
you said, if there's an area that didn't
Yeah.
feel right, and we'll know when we look at it again,
Yeah.
like, okay, let's clean up this area. Maybe we pull a suggestion from the other one into the existing, and bring it on the agenda, whatever you
We gotta
decide.
get names,
I know.
first of all, because I get too confused with which
Yes,
one
I
we're
know.
referring to.
Yeah.
We'll name them Harry, John,
Yeah.
you know.
Is there like a public perception of the superintendent's performance? No?
Not really.
Okay. Just curious.
I think he's very unknown in the town at this point. There's been so many new people who come into town this year. I know that as I go to meetings, I was at one yesterday, I'm still introducing, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've had a lot of changeover.
There's
in
so
the
many
past
new people.
4 or 5
and,
years.
You know, yeah.
Some bad through the years and some good. But, yeah, so there's been there's a lot of new faces in town, and I don't even know a lot of the people now.
A new face is coming too.
Yeah.
I do want to say one
I don't
thing
know,
though.
I don't know Anita or Mark.
They're both very nice.
Are they?
Yeah, they're,
I know Anita.
Okay.
Anita's
yeah.
a
So I
I mean,
don't-
she was the clerk for 30
That's
years.
what I heard.
So she
Mark-
wasn't
Mark's a good
active
guy.
in town. And Mark's a good guy.
I do
We
want
don't
to,
always agree on points, but he really does his research and
But we'll have a new,
we'll
town
have a new
administrator.
town administrator.
so I'm not quite done with the eval. I do
Okay.
want to say one thing. Sorry, Alan, but I've got to disagree with you. I don't want an evaluation, I don't want an evaluation form that adds up to 85%. My brain can't work that way. If you guys vote on that.
As long as you know it
Excuse me.
adds.
If you guys vote on that and insist on that, then fine, I will go along with it. But to say that not everybody's perfect, so you start them off lower, makes absolutely no sense to me. And I've heard you say that for many years, but I disagree. I think it should at least add up to 100, and then let people be human and get what they get below that, rather than putting them down in a hole to begin with, but that's me. So the one that Sandy and I will do will add up to 100, and when we have it on the agenda next month, if you guys dislike that method, then you can vote against it.
I'm all for going to 100 and just saying, add it up, let's go now.
You know, over the years, and all the evaluations that we've done, we have never fired a current superintendent, have never had one that had poor performance, that absolutely first class. And we haven't.
What about in the mid-teens, in that situation?
Who,
What about Craig?
Can we just
Correct.
stay forward?
Craig, yeah.
oh, and we addressed that.
All right, but at least
Yes.
don't.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Okay.
We did address it. We got rid of them. So, yeah,
Okay. So,
but anyway,
yeah, we'll get there,
next spring, I'm all done.
I know.
You guys,
How big a party do you want?
Do we have a choice in the matter?
yeah,
It's gonna be a town-wide party,
Oh, no doubt.
yes.
no.
Of a parade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that even.
I got a better idea. How about a water park?
Yes.
A water park, yes!
Yes. Oh, that would be great.
I tell you, a water park.
That would be great.
I told you, see, I'm trying to be less conservative.
Don't waste the water. No, it's time for me to go.
Well, with that said, we'll go to commissioners' reports. Do you have any report, Alan?
I don't. Things are humming, and I'm very content, and let's keep it going.
Okay. Judith?
Ditto.
Same.
All set.
All set? And I am all set.
Oh my God, I know it.
How could you not? You're surrounded by,
All right, you guys, I don't know what I'll do with
We are
you.
teasing
I'm
you.
glad I got you. All right, so I'm gonna suggest, we've been doing this every 3 weeks, and I'm in love with it. I'm gonna suggest the 15th of July.
I can do that.
I think so.
And also, Jason's not back till the 7th, so that gives him, if we did it the 8th, then he'd only be in the door,
No,
that's not fair.
15th is good.
did you say the 15th?
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
9 AM?
Yeah.
9 AM.
You got it.
I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Before you leave, I need signatures.
Yeah.